do what I eat in a day. I'm gonna cut some kale. This is finally growing here from our little tiny plant that's taken a beating. I'm also gonna grab some parsley, and I'm gonna show you guys a little bit more of what's growing around here in just a bit. So today is a pretty typical day in the fact that I'm going to be making my lunch and my breakfast ahead of time. I think that it's really realistic for me in my life to be able to do these ahead of time so that when it's time and I'm hungry, I already have something prepared. I always love to start my day with a fresh green juice. This will turn into a nice medicinal green juice with lots of vitamins and minerals inside. With some lemon. For my greens, I'm doing parsley and kale today. A little bit of cucumber, a big chunk of ginger root, celery, and I like to use apple for sweetness. So because it's a little bit before I'm hungry, I'm just going to pour this and I'll have it bottled for later on. I love to have my own back with making things ahead of time because it makes things so much easier when I actually get hungry. Ah, beautiful. All the way up to the top to reduce oxidation. And ta-da! Yippee! Ready for later. I'm also gonna have this papaya. It's always a gamble to buy tropical fruit where I live because I don't live in a tropical place, but I'm gonna cut it open. When I used to live in Hawaii as a kid, this would be my breakfast every single morning. Not bad. Not the sweetest papaya I've ever had, but it'll do. Okay, so I'm just gonna prep a salad for myself later. We're gonna be out in the garden all day, and I just wanna make sure that when I come in, I've got something to eat. So I'm using about a head of romaine here, and I'm just gonna throw this into this little container. And I'm just throwing whatever vegetables I had in the fridge into this salad, basically. I've got some carrot. I'm gonna do a little bit of tomato in there, some cucumber, just getting in the rainbow as much as possible, and some red cabbage. And I'm gonna add about half a cup of chickpeas just to get a little bit more substance to my salad. I made both of these earlier this week. This is my creamy maple mustard dressing and some homemade pico de gallo, and I'm gonna put these on top as my dressing. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and for a great source of iodine, I like to put dulse on my salad. It tastes really good, and it doesn't have like a super fishy taste, but it's good for my daily iodine intake. Okay, I'm gonna put the lid on, I'm gonna pop this in the fridge, and me 2 hours from now is going to be so very thankful that I made this for myself. We wanna just take a little moment and share with you our garden plan. I feel like for me, it's always helpful to be able to see kind of what somebody plans out, and hopefully this will be helpful to you and will take you along the journey. Now, by no means am I the person in charge here. I'm more the gardener's assistant because I don't know what I'm doing, and I just do what Kris tells me to do.
So last year we grew so many things. We grew a lot of things. But then the problems that we had big time by the end of the season was that we have problems with moles and voles.
So those animals were basically biting the roots, right?
They were also biting the roots.
We would go to harvest something and we just pull the whole plant out because they would bite through. So long story short, we're wanting to do things differently this year, and so we're going to use a system of raised beds. This has been quite the project, and it is by no means done in a single day.
Raised beds are pretty cool because like not only they look great and you can actually create whatever shape of a garden you want. One of the things that we solved the issue with is that we put the chicken wire on the whole perimeter of the whole garden.
So the beds that we're using are from Vigo Garden, and I have to say they're amazing quality. I'm really excited about these. And what's cool is if you don't have 30 by 40 space for a garden, there is, when I look at the size of those beds, I see that there is potential to grow enough food, more than enough food in a single bed for yourself. And if you have maybe a couple beds for your family and maybe another family, it's awesome and it's super exciting. So we're just showing you here how to put it together. It took us about an hour per bed, I would say.
Two of us,
Yeah, two of us working together, and it was so helpful to work together. It's been a great project to do together. I'm learning as I go as the assistant.
Kids are learning.
I actually like this kind of job.
First one done. It's really beautiful. I'm so excited about this. It's gonna be awesome.
Do you like it?
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream.
To business.
Yay, I'm so excited. It's gonna look so awesome. So many vegetables. Ah!
Oh man, I can see it.
I know, it looks awesome, right?
They're galvanized, so all those things that are like even the screws and the nuts and everything else, all the bolts are just never going to get rusted.
We're using, again, the watering hose from Vigo Garden. And if you guys are interested in that, I will leave a code down below. Planning on using that as our watering system and maybe in the future doing some
irrigation. So we're going to make like an irrigation system like we did the last year. But this year we're going to start with the hosing.
We're not completely done yet, but I can already see what it looks like, and we're gonna put some rock down, and it's gonna look really beautiful, and we hope to share that with you guys as the season progresses and as we actually start growing food. We're gonna show you. We're trying the raised beds out. I think they're gonna be really great, and I think they're great even if you don't have a ton of space. You can totally grab one of these and make it work, even like on an apartment like patio area, which I think is awesome. We want to say a big thank you to Vigo Garden for sponsoring this whole project, and we're really impressed with the quality. And I don't share anything here that I don't think is actually beneficial to you guys, so check it out because the quality is fantastic. And now I'm gonna just pour on my dressing. This looks so delicious. Hello, Chicky. How you doing, girl? Delicious. Taking a little break with my juice.
This is one of the layers for the raised beds. So these are some used branches and cut branches from the trees that they actually overgrow over time. For half.
We've been saving a bunch of cardboard boxes and all the boxes that the raised gardens came in to kind of fill up the raised beds. The next layer will be some old firewood that we didn't use this year. We've really been collecting things to put into this garden for over the last 6 months.
His name is Peanut Hamster. Peanut the Hamster.
Hello, Peanut the hamster.
Hi!
So the next layer is a straw or grass clippings or whatever you have from the previous, like cutting leaves and stuff like that.
Like break it apart?
Uh-huh.
You look like, wow, you're squishing grapes. Next, we're gonna fill everything up with this dirt that we kind of use the tractor to push aside. And then we'll put some better quality soil on top. Nice one, Eli, good job. Thanks, Eli, for your help.
Biggest one.
So we just need a layer of topsoil on top of this, just because it has better nutrients. And now, so that's one, we have many more to go.
We have arugula growing here just by itself, and like look at how beautiful this is, and this is so tasty. This is a horseradish, so I'm actually curious how this is gonna grow over the summer and then next year, because this is gonna be a lot probably. This is mostly for greens and lettuce and things like that. You can see it here a lot, here a lot. This is a gooseberry plant. Not everybody likes it. I love this because it reminds me of my childhood. This year we're finally gonna have some good fruit here. And there's some lavender here, yeah. So this is black currant, and now as you can see, there's literally hundreds of little flowers coming up. And just like the last year, this plant grew about, I don't know, 300 to 400 little berries. So that was amazing. So this is a black berries that Michele got me for Father's Day. And this plant got beat up, man, by moles and voles. I planted, moles got, or voles, whatever it was, got the roots, they eat them all. The plant was dead. Then it bring back to life again. This is 5 years later. It's really pathetic, but it's actually growing well. So I think they finally left her alone and now she can grow well. These are raspberry bushes. I have them since 4 years now and they overgrow. So every other year, whatever grows now, it's gonna be for the next year. This is branch that is chopped down all the way. And I actually think this is better, but we'll see. We'll see what will produce more fruit. Parsley, this actually grew whole winter. Last year I just dropped a lot of seeds for dill, so we have it there. These are chives also from the last year. They're already flowering. Egyptian onions, so they're like a walking onion, so they will self-pollinate themselves by doing that. Rosemary, this is oregano, this is I always forget the name. Tarragon, thank you. Sage and thyme. Okay,
so it's dinner time and I am tired from the work that we did today and I just want to be with kind of a warm, cozy meal. I have cauliflower that needs to be used. I've got a little bit of asparagus and what else do I have over there? Some zucchini that just needs to be used up. So my plan is to make a creamy Alfredo pasta, but make it healthy by incorporating all of these vegetables. So let's aim to do that. I'm going to dice up this onion. I've got about half of a large onion here. I'm just gonna mince about 3 garlic cloves. These are pretty large.
Do you like doing food and meals?
I love doing food and I love doing meals. Thank you for asking. Okay, I'm gonna get some water boiling for some pasta because I just feel like this is gonna come together in about 20 minutes, which will just be perfect. I'm going to put just a little bit of water in here and water fry my garlic and onion. Just put this in. I'll let this saute for just a few minutes, and in the meantime, I'm gonna cut up some cauliflower. So this is a small head. I'm gonna say this is about 4 cups of cauliflower. I'm just gonna chop this into smaller pieces. This is all gonna go into the blender later, so I'm not too careful with it. Add the cauliflower in. I'm gonna add a cup of vegetable broth, but I'm gonna cover it with a lid to kind of just steam it for a little bit. 8 ounces of fettuccine in here, but any pasta you like would work. And in a little bit, I'll steam this asparagus too. I'm going to carefully, maybe, transfer this cauliflower to my blender. Maybe, you know, wait a little bit so you're not gonna burn yourself. So this is gonna be a nut-free cheese sauce. Typically I would use cashews for something like this, but I know that everybody wants a nut-free version of stuff every once in a while. So I'm gonna use 1/3 cup of hemp seeds, a tablespoon of miso paste, and 1/2 teaspoon of soy sauce or coconut aminos, 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, and 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Okay, let's blend this up and see how creamy it becomes. Okay, so now I'm just gonna taste it and see what I feel like it needs, and I would just advise you to do the same. Nice and creamy. It could use a little bit of salt, and I'm also gonna add some fresh, probably parsley and chives on top because I think that will taste really nice. Okay, I've got my pasta cooked here. I'm going to put that in there. I also peeled a zucchini, and so I'm gonna throw that in there. And I'm gonna take some of my sauce and pour it on and then mix this together. Getting so many vegetables in this meal, kind of like hidden vegetables actually, with this pasta. It's great. All right, let's plate this up. I love this because it's decadent, but it's also really still very healthy. Getting a nice dose of omega-3 from those hemp seeds and the zucchini. I'm gonna serve it with some asparagus on the side. So good. I'm gonna add some fresh parsley. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of arugula that was kind of growing wild. I feel like this will taste really quite nice with this meal. A little bit of black pepper. Our friend gave us this really cute little pepper grinder, and so I've ground up some kind of spicy pepper to put in there. Looks like this. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on top. You could use crushed red pepper flakes if you want a little bit of spice. Okay, so many hidden vegetables in here. It looks delicious. I took care of the cauliflower, the asparagus, and the zucchini, which I'm super duper happy about. Let's try to get a bite of everything in there, and those fresh herbs on top and arugula. Yum. Comforting, yet so very healthy. I think you guys are really gonna like this recipe if I can ever get it on my spoon. So I want something sweet, and I have a lot of strawberries, so I'm gonna make some strawberries with chocolate sauce. I made this chocolate sauce kind of on a whim the other night, and it turned out so good. I'm just going to increase the volume so I can have it in my fridge to save later. It's really easy to put together. We just have to put the ingredients on the stove. So come on over and let me show you what's inside of here. Okay, so I'm gonna turn the heat on. I've got 1/3 cup of plant milk. You wanna go with like a thicker plant milk, maybe a homemade almond or a soy milk or an oat milk. One of those I feel like would be really, really good. I've got 1/3 cup of maple syrup here, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and 1/2 cup of cacao powder. And then I'm just gonna take this and whisk. I'm just gonna whisk until this becomes a chocolate sauce. I've got the heat on low because you obviously don't wanna burn this, but you want to be able to whisk enough so that it all combines well. This is so good. I'm gonna have it with some strawberries. However, I've had it on banana ice cream and ice cream. Oh, delicious. What it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
This tastes great warm or right off the stove, but also I've put it in the fridge before and it tastes really good and it thickens up really nicely after being refrigerated too. So disclaimer, Eli doesn't like chocolate, so let's see if he likes this. Okay, well, I like chocolate, so I can let you know how it tastes.
It's the only child in the world who doesn't like chocolate.
It's good. If you like chocolate, This is a really easy sauce to put together. And I think that you'll like it. I don't think you want me to put more of this on there because you don't even like it, right?
I kind of like it.
Oh, you do? You change your mind?
do?
Okay, hold your strawberry. Let me give you a little bit more. This is gonna be a mess. Okay, there you go.
Do you like it?
Yum. We don't know. So do leave a comment down below if you have any pointers or thoughts for us. Also, if there's something we didn't show you and you want to learn some more about, let us know. Check out the discount code down below and check out Vigo Gardens because they really do have very quality products if you are looking to go down this route for yourself. I hope you enjoyed this video. All the recipes will be linked down below and we will see you in the next one.
Okay.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.